All right, ladies and gentlemen, Officer Animus J on the job. We are going to ask some questions to this highly suspicious individual in this house. Police, open up. Police, official duty, open up. Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I would like to ask you a few questions. There's been a crime committed in one of the mesas nearby, and I notice you have a suspiciously large quantity of terracotta. So I would like to ask you some questions if you don't mind. And even if you do mind. No, I don't have a warrant.
Well,
I'm a police
then
officer.
Go away.
I am the law. Sir.
You'll never get me alive!
All right, here we go. Now I've got something for that guy to answer to. Police, open up. Police, open up right now. Open the door.
Yeah,
I
what?
said I want to ask you some questions about events that occurred in the mesa.
You don't have to kiss me right there. You could have just,
I was leaning in like with
You have the
like
purpose for
with
it.
pressure.
Or...
I'm getting in your face, like intense. Like I have this. It's my do whatever I want and get away with it badge.
Looks legit. Please come in.
Yeah, that's right. You look.
I've got nothing to hide
you
now
let
that
me
I've
in.
hidden it all in a different place.
So, I'm sure you're aware, Mr. Zloy XP, that events took place in a mesa in which someone's home was burnt down to the ground. Were you aware of this situation?
I mean, to a degree, you showed it in your video and stuff.
Okay, so you've reviewed the crime scene tapes that I provided to the public asking for help. Now, I noticed in the nether that you have a... He keeps walking away from me. I noticed in the nether that you have a sign leading to a mesa. Do you know the approximate coordinates of your mesa?
Yeah, not really. I mean, it's like 10,000 blocks away several times.
Oh my. Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's like a ridiculous long trip.
Oh, that's way farther than the mesa in question. I think we can rule you out on this crime. I don't think actually that you were involved. Clearly, you're not intelligent enough. However, I do need some assistance. So, yes, come with me right now.
For what reason particularly?
I said, look, this. Do I need to remind you of the do what I want and get away with it badge? I'm commandeering this Zloy XP. Come with me now.
Wait, can you actually do that?
I can do whatever I want. I am the law. Yeah, I mean, fighting crime is tough work, investigating situations, all that stuff. To be honest, I mean, the only reason that I really wanted Zloy XP was I had a lot of stuff I needed to carry, Okay, Zloy XP, now that you have your riot gear on, if you would follow me, we're going to put up a couple of security cameras around the spawn area in order to look out for suspicious individuals. We need to monitor the activity of everything going on around here. So I'm going to install these security cameras in order to keep an eye on everything.
Well, then you're probably installing them like the wrong way around, because the actual eyes are entirely on the opposite side.
This is the way that it goes, sir. I am the professional. Okay? This is the way that it goes. Okay. Let's see. We got one there. Let's go ahead and put one facing this direction, keeping an eye out that way. And then probably be a good idea to have one looking here at Town Hall area. There we go. And perhaps another one watching this portal over here. Okay.
You want to, like, at the very least split them in half so we can cover more ground?
That's a good idea. You take that half and you go ahead and put those in highly trafficked areas, and we'll go ahead and cover more ground apart. And then as far as like the security cameras, I'm probably going to go back and have to replace all the security cameras that I let him put down because he probably put them in weird places that people never go. But I mean, I wanted him to feel important. You know what I mean? I wanted him to feel like he was part of the team, like he was doing something big, kind of like how you let little kids hold a screwdriver or something when you're working on the car. That's kind of what it was like.
Okay, sure. But you sure it's gonna do any good, really? Because with portal technology fairly available on the server, there is a fair chance that the criminals have been already out of this dimension and several thousands block away. Especially with the nether hub construction going constantly on their way.
That's a very good point that you make, Zloy XP. Perhaps. Okay, this is what we're going to have to do. We are going to have to go to the end portal, and we're going to have to lock down the end portal in order to make sure that nobody leaves this dimension. The criminal is on this server somewhere in the overworld right now. We need to prevent him from leaving.
And then once we're sure that everybody who is guilty of anything is basically trapped in here,
absolutely,
we can basically Agatha Christie the rest of it.
Sounds like a good plan. All right. Now to find that portal. Okay, I have the drone cameras ready. We are going to put up some drones around the area as we are finding our way to the end portal dimension. End dimension portal. That thing. Okay. Yeah. Are you ready, sir?
I was kind of assuming that I'm done here, but whatever. I mean, I guess I'm still commandeered.
No, I told you you're commandeered. You're coming with me. I believe it is in this direction. So let's get headed in this direction, and we will throw up drones. There's no need to put a drone inside of spawn. We have security cameras all over the place. So when we get outside of spawn, we'll go ahead and throw up one of these drones.
This is exciting because
I've fallen in water.
If the criminals... Yes, that too. Because you see, if the criminals actually are trying to escape this dimension through the end, which is kind of stupid because you cannot really escape out of the end, you just get teleported to a spawn point. But still, if they really are on their way to the nearest end portal, which that's where I would be heading if I randomly set somebody's house on fire, we're basically in hot pursuit.
That's true. And now here's the thing. We do not want these criminals to get their hands on a dragon egg. Imagine what they could do with that.
I have literally no idea if you can even do anything with that item.
Me either. But, you know, they're bad guys. They do things like that. Okay, let's launch a drone here. Aha. All right. Let's continue on in this direction.
So you got any leads on this case, or...
At the moment, the only thing we know is that an individual who is a part of a team elite was wearing a white overcoat and has the name Jim. We assume that person to be a nurse. They were some kind of a medical professional, and that is the only information that we currently hold.
I recall having something to do with a nurse of sorts, and also I remember a guy in white overalls, but truth be told, I've seen so many librarian villagers by this point that I had seen too many of guys in white overalls.
Interesting point. I did not think about librarians. Sir, do not interfere with this crime investigation. Thank you. I did not take into consideration the fact that librarians also wear white coats. We will have to look into that.
Specifically strict. Whoa, that's one powerful police stick. Yeah, but also they're kind of identity crazy people. So I wouldn't think that one would present himself more as of a nurse.
That is true. That is true.
And also isn't impersonating a freaking doctor of a crime, which I don't think that a criminal would really care for it.
So, I mean, as far as the investigation goes, I mean, he really didn't contribute much. He kept talking about librarians just because they wear white coats. I mean, come on. I already know it's a nurse, and he's going on this librarian deal so much that I was like, okay, fine. You know what? We'll just ask a couple questions. It ended up taking the investigation even longer because then these librarians start complaining about overdue books and how I'm a police officer and I need to help them and this and that. Our investigation ended up taking way longer because of these dumb librarians. It's hiding underneath the village well.
Freaking farmer villager, dude, check it out.
Yeah, there's actually several villages like that. But sir, Zloy XP, focus. Focus.
Okay. Yes.
The fortress is underneath this well. The villagers must be guardians of it. The villagers must be guardians.
Well, they ain't doing a good job of it, and look at that. All of them are farmers. That's amazing. Never seen a villager like that. Okay.
We're gonna have to dig down.
There's hostiles.
Okay, breach. Weapons at the ready.
I actually didn't bring a bow.
The place looks deserted.
I mean, not quite.
I found a library. So far, no dimension portal yet. Some books.
Does it have a prosperous young adult section?
Nothing is labeled.
What kind of people would have it?
Monsters. Monsters for sure.
Absolute monsters. Okay. I found a library too, and yeah, this one's not labeled either. This is actually great because I wanted a library of my own, and I will need some books later. And I just so happen to have a silk touch axe on me, specifically for this type of occasion. I'll have to confiscate this all as evidence.
Ooh, looting 3.
People having libraries and stuff.
And a compass, which I don't need.
Would you like that?
Well, I found diamonds. Holy crap, I found a lot of diamonds.
All things to be expecting. Just not one of them. There are like entire sections of areas that you can only get through breaking some blocks. So, we've been running around this place for literal ages.
Forever. It's been forever. But this is police work. Police work is always... It requires consistency, and it's not always fun.
Exactly. It is hard keeping everything in check and all that kind of stuff.
It is indeed.
So, we're running around here looking for the portal, and I believe that we got a confirmation that either someone already went through it, or that no one ever went through it, because they just couldn't find it. You see, the place where I found the portal, you will not believe it, is right here. Behind this very wall, which always has been a wall. I actually blocked it back off after discovering it, because I discovered it completely by random. Come here.
Interesting.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna just love it. I was running around and I thought, this is where someone with a brain would probably put an entrance, because there's a ladder going to here. So
yes, there is stairs, right?
And then
good deduction. I taught you that.
Exactly. And then I deduced that maybe it is very good for hitting with a pickaxe. And so...
a door. And once we got into the fortress, I mean, I knew where the portal room was the moment we walked in. I mean, it was completely obvious. Anybody would have picked up on it. I'm trying to train this guy, though, because I do need help around here. I mean, it's a big server, you know? I could use an extra set of eyes. But I need to make sure it's somebody who knows what they're doing, somebody who's got a strong head on their shoulders. And to be honest, I'm not really sure he's the guy. It took him a lot longer than what I wanted to in order for him to find that hidden door.
It even has a freaking door.
Incredible.
So there are two options here. Either someone has built a door and decided to block it off, or someone else decided to make a door inside of a wall.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as we walked into that fortress, I saw the scratch marks. I mean, it was not hard to tell. It was pretty obvious. Let's see. Let's take a look. The spawner is intact, and the portal has not been filled. There's only one pearl in the portal. I think it's safe to assume that nobody has yet come through this place.
Okay.
Great work, Assistant Zloy XP. Now what we need to do is we need to close this place off so that nobody can get through.
Right. We will leave the silverfish spawner for now here, just to have it kind of on guard and stuff.
Yes. And just an additional barrier for anybody trying to get away to have to deal with.
So the area seems to be properly quarantined at the moment. We laid down some duct tape.
It's called a police line, sir. Not duct tape.
Oh, really? Is it not duct tape? Because I always thought
It is not duct tape. It is caution tape. Another thing that we have done is we've created a container for the silverfish to spawn into, which will give them a mob cap, and they will not spawn anywhere else. So they will not be a bother to us. And then we will ignite this nether portal, connecting it up to the nether, but this area is, as you can see, roped off. And so only officials, which is you and me, will be allowed to be in here.
Yeah, at the same time, you're the one in charge of the nether portal, so if you don't just make a tunnel here, no one will know that there is a place.
Precisely.
Besides, unless we go through that portal, another portal linked up to it just won't appear in the nether. So it's not like someone will just randomly stumble upon it.
Exactly. So, excellent work, Zloy XP. I appreciate your commitment to justice and to bringing these criminals to their just desserts.
No problem. I'm always up for making somebody's life more miserable. One thing though that we really have to mention here is that on this server we actually do have a little bit of an agreement on non-lighting up and not going through this portal just yet, because we wanted to have our Ender Dragon fight as a bit of a collab, right?
That is true. We want to make sure that nobody can get through this portal.
Really, we're making everybody here a favor, if anything.
Exactly. Yeah, honestly, I don't think I'm going to be working with Zloy anymore. He just doesn't seem like he's all there.